All right, guys, let's talk the Pakle Fuse. So I know a lot of you probably hadn't heard of this paddle. It was actually recommended to me by my friend, the Pickleball Dad, and I had to try it out. And so let's just start thinking this out loud. The Pakle Fuse. So it comes with they call it their Tri-Fusion core. So it's like a 3-core foam makeup inside. They do have a Dura-Spin. It's their new grit technology they started putting on this version of the paddle. They had a paddle before, the Pakle Fuse, and then they just updated the grit surface on this thing. I will say this thing is very gritty. If you guys can kind of see the surface of that thing. I've put several hours in it now. I see no change in the grit so far. I have heard from some of the other paddle reviewers that the grit does wear down faster than some of the other more permanent grit paddles, such as the CR lineup from Honolulu or the Power 2 series from 11624. So the grit's not quite as comparable to those, or like the Perma-Grit from Spartus. But so far it's held up really well. It's a really fun paddle. At first, it took me a second to kind of get used to the paddle. So it came with 3-gram pods in the box that I put on both sides, and I actually didn't think was enough. So I ended up adding about 5 grams or so, if you can see the weighted tape there, on the side, starting at the K and Pakle and just kind of going down the throat here. I will say I do have a 2-hand backhand that I like to use, and the throat is a little narrow, so like it kind of chokes here when I try to grab to get the tui, and so I don't really like that. But other than that, guys, I really enjoy playing with this paddle. It's very thonky. I wish I'd have brought a ball with me, but it's the thonky sound, as they call it. It's very deep and very loud, so when you put a ball away, it's just pow. So really fun to play with. I actually found myself using it all day today. I've got the Ultra, I've got the Power 2 series, the Harache, also have the CR, the J2, and just found myself constantly going back to this paddle because it was just so fun to use. My drops were really good with this thing today. My resets really good with it. It kind of reminds me of like a cheaper Aereo Cyclone, to be honest with you. The grit, from what I understand, is about the same, and really good spin, really good power. You have to dial in your drops or your dinks a little bit because your pop-ups, it's pretty poppy. So you have to dial that in, but I will say once you get it dialed in, this thing is really fun to play with. The sound's great, the feeling of it's great, and I really can't recommend it enough. Guys, for $100, go get you one. Try it out yourself. I don't have a code yet, but go ahead and use my buddy Pickleball Dad. His is gonna be PBD. So use his and get yourself a discount and get you a Pakle Fuse.